do they in the internet age? I mean, a lot of photos go on internet, right? What do you think?
So the internet thing is people can share. It's a sharing thing, but if you use it for social, the one comes
There's no profit lah, right?
But there is a very
Money for-
grey line.
Yeah.
If I advertise myself, somebody, using your picture, oh, I'm a champion of this culture, champion of I'm a tree hugger, and all that. Exactly who I am. Nothing, right? Quietly, people are paying me for my blogs. So where you lawyer? I take a picture of something, you jogging along a tree and all that. It's quite clear it's you stole that picture in public without your permission, and they says, "Oh, hey, I am an advocate for climate."
Yeah. No, I think now a lot of even like bloggers or even celebrities or influencers, some they even steal content from other influencers, right? Bits and pieces here and there, and then come up with their own story, and then realize it actually not really authentic. And they are actually reproducing other people's images.
So I mean, if the other person uses it to just put it, there's no commercial. I mean, that's why you shame them. I know some bloggers who can shame their counterparts in other country, shame them, and until they have to cool down, they have to show its original one.
Right.
They look at it side by side.
That's how you prove nothing otherwise.
But now with technology, creating fake stuff is so easy.
But there are a lot of K-pop people also, okay? Very free, they can go and click all the chain of evidence and you can see, wow, the original
versus
the copycat.
Yeah.
So, if somebody using your picture without permission and they are potentially a commercial, letting the commercial, they take the money, they are violating your rights. They are depriving you of the opportunity, the commercial opportunity.
Right.
You have every right to take them on, hire her, sue your friends off.
No, I think it's important because you need to know your rights, and then you do not let people take advantage of you. Especially sometimes if you're facing, like you mentioned, right? Like you're facing a bigger corporation or someone bigger, you will not be the negotiating power. They think you don't know anything, but you studied, you know your law.
I read my.
You read what you need to do.
In the 80s, I studied. There's a copyright chapter 63 copyright act.
Yes.
And I saw where today it's even better.
Yeah.
Like that recently they made
Some
another change to it
changes.
just a couple of days ago. That was then made it even more complicated.
But hopefully the new changes, are there actually to help the creators actually, because some people don't really know the law, exceptions, this acts in the previous copyright had a lot of exceptions to this, exceptions to that. And I think now they're sort of like removing that to say that before any commission work, the default owner is the copyright creator, unless of course you contract out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, commission work, who owns the right depends on your contract with the thing.
Yeah, and then of course, also if you are an employee or not of the commission party, because if you're an employee, of course, your employer will then own the rights.
Correct. If there is an agreement with the employer.
Yeah, correct.
That
And it's
they
also
give up.
must be part of what they are employed to do.
So people in this field, as you're generating content on the internet or whatever, know your rights.
Yeah.
They are easily available. Read it.
Yeah.
And use it.
Yeah.
And I give you
Information
a
is
good
so
secret.
scarce now.
Very good secret. If you want to use it, hey, somebody violate you, hey, sue them.
Sue their
Jauh
case now.
tanah. Very good money.
But must also have fees for lawyer. Lawyer fees
You
not
lawyer,
cheap.
you 50-50.
So thanks for the sharing, Seetoh. I think it is true that I find many loan inventors sometimes because low budget, or they are alone, not well advised, and then when their rights are violated, they tend to remain silent or suffer in silence, not knowing what to do. So and also I think the impression that going to a lawyer is usually very costly, right? Yeah. So maybe Esther, what do you think? Is it true that once you talk the lawyer only must pay?
No, I think it really depends on also which law firm you go to, right? If you go to
The
branded one, then of course the fees are higher,
Because of the brand, just
because of, again,
branding,
because good
brand value,
brand, right?
brand premium.
Exactly, brand premium. Obviously, even if you law firms, you have the Rolls Royce, you have the Prada, then you have the Baleno or Giordano,
Suzuki,
that kind of standards lah. But I think, other than that, you may not really need to go to a lawyer first. I mean, there's so much information out there you can find online. Like you yourself, you know it. Back in the 90s, someone would get nowadays everywhere you just Google, right? Wherever like rights or whatnot, There are tons of articles online, right, to actually break the law down in layman terms for you. And then at the very least, if you have the knowledge, you don't even need a lawyer. Go and negotiate first with the other party. But if you are less confident, then perhaps go and approach a lawyer. Have the first chat with the lawyer. And sometimes they necessarily, depending on situation, of course, right, may or may not shoot a legal letter straight away. It depends on who the counterparty is, how you want to settle, and depending on the strategy lah. So there are many ways that we can look at, depending on the client's budget, depending on also the outcome that you want at the end of the day. Not necessarily you may want to sue if you don't want to, but to see a way to put the law down clearly to the other party, so in the hopes that they will settle lah. Yeah.
Spoken like true lawyer. So the first thing is you got to find out your position.
Correct.
The law is already there to protect you. The law will protect you, as in my case.
Yeah.
You just throw the riot act on them. Then, like my lawyer said, take them to the cleaners. And then they didn't even. They talk after that. How much? Say when.
Of course, you have to look at if the facts of the case are very clear. If you have a clear-cut case, go ahead. Yeah, but of course, depends on situations lah. Some situations are less clear than the others, and that's why everything end up in court lah. You know what I mean?
So it's like know your position.
Correct. I think that's very
you capture
important.
all the evidence and never
Yeah.
be like shy.
Don't be timid
Excuse
lah,
me,
you
don't mind. You won't use my that photo or that picture. No. You have used my picture without my permission. I want compensation for this or else. I need your reply in 3 days. That's it. Pay up or meet my lawyers. That's it. Then people know you're serious.
Most people don't care to understand IP until they make a problem. Don't be most people. Learn IP, capitalize and get smart with it. I hope you learned something about IP with us today. Follow us, subscribe, and see you at our next episode.